Do you think you know travel risks? Well, there's one big thing that a lot of travelers often miss. What is it? You'll have to stay tuned and find out. Hey everyone, Ryan here with PK Adventure Travels, coming at you with the latest cruise and travel industry news. Yes, what's the big risk? I could say travel insurance. Some people don't get it, but a lot of people know travel insurance is out there. It has to do with travel insurance. But today, what we are talking about are U.S. travel advisory levels, specifically a level 4. So, what does that have to do with something travelers might not know? Well, let's first talk about it. So, a level 4 is again the highest designation advisory from U.S. State Department, pretty much saying, hey, we advise to not go to these particular locations. Why? What is it? Well, a lot of it's like life-threatening risks, civil unrest, conflict, terrorism, healthcare issues, and then minimal U.S. consulate presence for assistance, those kind of things. So you have 4 new countries that have recently been added this year. That is Syria, Iraq, Libya, and then here's the big one, Haiti. Now, why is that important? Well, if you like Royal Caribbean, you know one of their private destinations was Labadee, Haiti, their little private peninsula there. Now, what is the big thing that we're talking about? So a lot of people know travel insurance, right? Your travel agent should be giving you advice to always get travel insurance for those unexpected medical expenses. However, when you are traveling abroad, and if you happen to go into an area that is a level 4 travel advisory, a lot of times your travel insurance will now be null and void should something happen in that location. Yes, 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 yes. So you've got travel insurance, but like any insurance policy, there are exclusions. So here is an example. So let's look at Alliance Travel Insurance. Alliance is one of the big ones out there. They have a clause in there that states travel to areas under U.S. State Department Level 4 Travel Advisory may not be covered. Claims related to known risks or active warnings are generally excluded. Travel Guard, AIG. Terrorist incidents or political unrest in destinations under active warnings are excluded from coverage unless CFAR is selected. So I guess in one of their policy terms, there's a certain coverage that I'm sure will cost an arm and a leg to add that would give you coverage, but otherwise it's not. You also have World Nomads Travel Insurance. You are not covered if you knowingly travel to a destination under an active government do not travel warning at the time of departure. So there are definitely some things to consider. Don't just say, oh, I have travel insurance. Yeah, I know that we're going to an area that's high risk, but I've got travel insurance. You might not be covered. So what are some things that you can do? Well, the U.S. State Department actually has something called a Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. This is a free program. If you just type in STEP alerts into a Google search engine, it's going to be the first thing that pulls up. Again, it's technically travel.state.gov STEP, STEP. Basically, it's a free account, and if you already have a State Department registered ID, like if you renew your passports online and things like that, you can use your same credentials and get logged in. Basically, what that is you go in there, and if you go to a specific country on a regular basis, you can choose to get consular alerts for that country. If you're doing just trips, like, for instance, I just set one up for my upcoming cruise this November, you basically can build a trip and you put the dates that you're going to be in a foreign location. You put the details. Okay, I'm going to be in, Costa Maya or Mexico and Costa Maya, and then you choose the consulate that you want. And just have ChatGPT up. That's what I do. And I say, what U.S. consulate would provide updates on this particular location in Mexico? And it tells me. So you would do that for each port of call on the days you're going to be there, and then you'll get email and text updates if there is a change in alert, whether it's a health alert, whether it's a unrest, civil unrest alert, things like that. So that's a really good thing to have, just so you're in the know. And if you are already on your way or getting ready to head out, just double check if you do have travel insurance to make sure there's not an exclusion for a level 4 threat or a level 3 set. I mean, that's not a complete don't go there, but it's a higher rank. So just check your insurance policy and see if there are any details about being excluded. Because what you don't want to happen, and again, this is just throwing it out there, and I'm just using Labadee and Royal Caribbean just because that's the thing that comes to mind in an area that's currently at a level 4. Let's say it's still a level 4, but because Royal knows that it's a peninsula, there's, high fences and security and all that no one can see because it's in the jungle, as far as a vacationer. But let's say it's still a 4, but they feel that it's safe enough to go back there. Well, now you are traveling to a known level 4 threat area on leisure, not on business or from a requirement. So generally that's going to be excluded. Now think that you're there in Labadee and let's say you're ziplining and you get injured while you're ziplining. Well, if you have travel insurance, it might be excluded. And now you might be on your own as far as trying to cover any medical emergencies. You get stung by jellyfish and you've got an allergic reaction. You twist your ankle, while you're doing the little hikes around the rocks. Again, not covered if it's a level 4 threat. So double check. And that brings this one. I know it was a little longer than normal, but that brings this episode to an end. I thought it a good way to kick things off again with some general knowledge in the travel industry. So if you're looking to help the channel continue to grow, click that join button and find out more. Also, before you head out, make sure you give us a like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and share us out. It really does help the channel grow, and we appreciate it. We'll see you next time on The Scenic Route.